Hello and welcome viewers. You're watching In Depth with your host Kriti Mishra. Public infrastructure is the backbone of economic development, enhancing connectivity, trade and overall quality of life. India, the world's fifth largest economy, has made remarkable progress in infrastructure development over the past decade. The total infrastructure investment in India has significantly increased, with public and private sector contributions shaping the growth trajectory. India's total infrastructure spending has grown exponentially, with budget allocations rising over 10 lakh crore. India's high growth imperative will significantly be driven by major strides in key sectors, with infrastructure development being a critical force aiding the progress. Investments in building and upgrading physical infrastructure, especially in synergy with the ease of doing business initiatives, remain pivotal to increasing efficiency and costs. Prime Minister Modi has also reiterated that infrastructure is a crucial pillar to ensure good governance across sectors. The government's focus on building infrastructure of the future has been evident given the slew of initiatives launched recently. The National Master Plan for Infrastructure and Gati Shakti has been a forerunner to bring about systemic and effective reforms in the sector and has already shown a significant headway. Infrastructure support to the nation's manufacturers also remains one of the top agendas, as it will significantly transform goods and exports movement, making freight delivery effective and economical. The PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, launched in 2021, is designed to bring together various ministries, including railways and roadways, to ensure integrated planning and coordinated execution of infrastructure projects. The initiative aims to provide seamless and efficient connectivity for the movement of people, goods and services across various modes of transport, thereby enhancing last-mile connectivity and reducing travel time. This project has onboarded 44 central ministries and 36 states and UTs, and a total of 1,614 data layers have also been integrated by October 2024. A milestone of assessing 208 big-ticket infrastructure projects worth 15.39 lakh crore rupees of various ministries adhering to PM Gati Shakti principles has already been achieved.
अब हमने पीएम गति शक्ति नेशनल मास्टर प्लान बनाया है। चारों तरफ उसकी तारीफ हो रही है। हम हर डिपार्टमेंटल साइलोज को तोड़कर इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से जुड़े हर प्रोजेक्ट में सभी स्टेक होल्डर्स को एक ही प्लेटफॉर्म पर लेकर आए हैं। अब सरकारें, सभी विभाग अपने अपने हिस्से का काम एडवांस में प्लान कर रहे हैं। इस नई अप्रोच ने डेवलपमेंट के कार्यों की स्पीड को बढ़ा दी है और स्केल भी बढ़ा दिया है।
India's World Bank Logistics Performance Index ranking improved by 6 places, from 44 in 2018 to 38 out of 139 countries in 2023. To complement PM Gati Shakti, National Logistics Policy was launched in September 2022. 26 states have notified their state-level logistics policies so far. The Indian economy's main engine is the infrastructure sector, as it entails manufacturing and industrial growth. The increased spending in this sector multiplies overall economic growth. This then increases aggregate demand by enhancing living standards. Electricity, roads, telecommunications, railways, irrigation, water supply and sanitation, ports, airports, warehousing facilities and oil and gas pipelines are the main components of the infrastructure sector. Let's take a look at the key sectors. Highways and roads. India has the second largest road network in the world, and its national highways span a total length of 1,46,145 kilometers forming the primary arterial network of the country. The Government of India has undertaken several initiatives to enhance and strengthen the National Highways network through flagship programs such as the Bharatmala Pariyojana, which includes the subsumed National Highway Development Project and the Special Accelerated Road Development Program for the North-East region, and many more ongoing projects. India's National Highway network expanded from 65,569 kilometers in 2004 to 91,287 kilometers in 2014 and 1,46,145 kilometers in 2024. In its stretches with 4 or more lanes grew 2.6 times from 18,371 kilometers in 2014 to 48,422 kilometers in 2024. Operational high-speed corridors increased from 93 kilometers in 2014 to 2,138 kilometers in 2024. NH construction pace rose 2.8 times from 12.1 kilometers per day in 2014-15 to 33.8 kilometers per day in 2023-24. Capital expenditure, including private investment, surged 5.7 times from 53,000 crore in 2013-14 to 3.01 lakh crore in 2023-24. That is the highest ever.
The prosperity is coming from the road, and that is the reason that after development of the road, the per capita income, agriculture growth rate, the industrial clusters, everything in all sectors, the development started. And that is very important as far as the Indian progress is concerned. Previously, we were as far as the economy is concerned, our number was 10th.
Bharatmala Pariyojana. Launched in 2017, the Bharatmala Pariyojana envisages development of about 26,000 kilometers length of economic corridors, which, along with Golden Quadrilateral and North-South, East-West corridors, are expected to carry majority of the freight traffic on roads. It also envisages development of ring roads, bypasses and elevated corridors to decongest the traffic passing through cities and enhance logistic efficiency. A total of 18,926 kilometers of roads have been completed under the project by November 2024. Further network of 35 multimodal logistics parks is planned to be developed as part of Bharatmala Pariyojana with a total investment of about 46,000 crore, which once operational shall be able to handle around 700 million metric tons of cargo. Pradhan Mantri Gramin Sadak Yojana. This scheme was launched by Government of India in 2000 to provide connectivity to unconnected habitations as part of poverty reduction strategy. In 2006-07, 1,07,370 kilometers of roads were completed under the scheme with a total expenditure of 10,769 crore. In 2014-15, 4,19,358 kilometers of roads were completed with a total expenditure of 1,30,149 crore, and in 2024-25, 7,71,950 kilometers of roads were completed with a total expenditure of 3,31,584 crore. Civil aviation. India's aviation sector is experiencing a meteoric rise, fueled by soaring demand and the government's unwavering commitment to its growth through supportive policies. This dynamic shift has propelled India to the forefront of the global aviation ecosystem, becoming the third largest domestic aviation market in the world. The number of operational airports in India in 2014 were just 74. By September 2024, the number had increased to 157. Over 15% of India's pilots are women, significantly higher than the global average of 5%. Making a new record, domestic air passenger traffic crossed 5 lakh for the first time in a single day on November 17, 2024. The number of flying training organizations in June 2016 was 29. This number increased to 38 with 57 bases by December 2024. In terms of aircraft, the numbers have increased from around 400 in 2014 to 723 in 2023 despite the impact of COVID-19. Regional Connectivity Scheme or Ude Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. By reviving existing airstrips and airports, Udan, launched in 2016, aims to bring essential air travel access to previously isolated communities and boost regional economic development. With a 10-year operational plan, Udan intends to ensure equitable access to air travel for all Indians. As of 31st December 2024, 147.53 lakh passengers have availed the benefits of the scheme. More than 2.93 lakh flights have operated under the Udan scheme so far. 619 RCS routes have so far commenced operations, connecting 88 airports, including 13 heliports and 2 water aerodromes.
The mantra behind the scheme has been Pradhan Mantri Narendra Modi ji's vision that Hawai Chappal se Hawai Jahaj ka safar. He wanted to make that happen in a country like India, and it was a very successful scheme. But the way it was designed earlier was for 10 years, and in these 10 years, the success that we have achieved, we have started 619 routes, and 1.5 crore passengers have travelled through Udan routes, and 88 airports were covered. So considering the success, when I came in as the Civil Aviation Minister, and I've put in a special request also to our Honourable Finance Minister, and we have explained it to the Prime Minister also, and they have been very considerate. They still believe that this is an emerging sector, growing sector, and we are currently third largest domestic aviation hub in the whole world. And our dream is to become the number one.
Shipping and ports. The maritime sector in India comprises of ports, shipping, shipbuilding, ship repair and inland water transport systems. In India, there are total 12 government-owned major ports and approximately 217 minor and intermediate ports. Indian shipping industry has over the years played a crucial role in the maritime sector of India's economy. Approximately 95% of the country's trade by volume and 70% by value is moved through maritime transport. Cargo handling capacity has increased from 800.5 million tons per annum in 2014 to 1,630 million tons per annum in 2024. Vis-a-vis 2014, this is an 87% improvement. India has reached 22nd rank in international shipping category as against 44th rank in 2014. Turnaround time, that is TRT, of major ports has reduced from around 94 hours in 2013-14 to only around 48.06 hours in financial year 2023-24. The average ship berth day output vis-a-vis financial year 2014-15 improved by 52%. Tourist footfall in 2022-23 for ocean cruise has risen to 3.08 lakh and for lighthouse has risen to 12.3 lakh compared to the year 2014 and 15. The number of ships or vessels increased from 1,250 in 2014-15 to 1,526 in 2023-24, culminating in a 22% increase. Railways. Indian Railways achieved a historic milestone, transporting over 3 crore passengers in a single day on November 4, 2024. On this day, Indian Railways carried a record number of 120.72 lakh non-suburban passengers. This included 19.43 lakh reserved passengers and 101.29 lakh unreserved non-suburban passengers. Similarly, the suburban traffic reached a record 180 lakh passengers, making it the highest single-day passenger figure of the year. The manufacturing of LHB coaches has increased from 2,209 coaches in the year 2006 to 2014 to 31,956 coaches in the year 2014 to 2023. The provision of bio-toilets in coaches has increased from 3,647 coaches in the year 2006 to 14 to 80,478 coaches in the year 2014 to 23. The production units of Indian Railways are producing only LHB coaches from April 2018 onwards, and trains operated with ICF coaches are being converted so as to run with LHB coaches. In 2005-06, 33,540 kilometers, and in 2014-15, 41,038 kilometers of running tracks were electrified. During 2004-14, 14,985 RKM of rail track work was done, whereas during 2014-23, 25,871 RKM of track laying work has been done. In the year 2022-23, per day 14 kilometers track was laid. Rail connectivity to 4 states of Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur and Mizoram was provided after 2014. Before 2014, the number of stations equipped with CCTV surveillance facilities was 123, whereas during 2014 to 23, CCTVs were installed across 743 railway stations. By December 2024, CCTV coverage was increased to a total of 1,051 stations.
2,52,000 crore rupees capital allocation. It's amazing. It's very big, very huge. And this will give us that momentum which is there in building new tracks, renovating the older tracks, getting new Kavach installed. 10,000 locomotives we are installing Kavach. Getting the electrification completed. It will become 100% this year. We will be manufacturing 50 new Namo Bharat trains for short distance, 200 new Vande Bharat trains for medium distance, 100 new Amrit Bharat trains, which are all for the low income families, entirely non-AC. Those trains will be manufactured, 100 more. We are going to do 1,000 more flyovers and underpasses. 1,300 stations are already under construction, and we'll also be crossing 3 major milestones in the coming days. We'll become among the very few, just maybe 2 countries who carry more than 1.5 billion tons of cargo. We'll be crossing 1.6 billion tons of cargo this year. Second, we'll be crossing the landmark of achieving the landmark of 100% electrification. Third, we'll be crossing that milestone of 3 lakh crore revenue for railways, and doing all this while maintaining the affordability of railways.
Urban affairs and housing. Under the Smart Cities mission, total projects are 8,076, amounting to 1,64,706 crore, of which 7,401 projects amounting to 1,54,351 crore have been completed. Under Swachh Bharat Mission Urban 2.0, there has been a 97% increase in the urban waste collection from 2014-15 to 2024-25. The waste processing percentage has increased from 18% in 2014-15 to 78% in 2024-25. During 2004-14, 13.46 lakh houses were approved under schemes like JNURM and RRY. This increased substantially in 2015-24. This increased substantially in 2015 to 2024, when 118.64 lakh houses were approved under Parliamentary Aviation Yojana Urban. During 2004-14, 8.04 lakh houses were built, marking a 11x increase during 2015-24. 88.32 lakh houses were completed. Atal Mission for Rejuvenation and Urban Transformation, or AMRUT. Launched in 2015, Amrut aims at ensuring every household has access to a tap with the assured supply of water and sewage connection, increasing the amenity value of cities by developing greenery and well-maintained open spaces, that is parks, and reducing pollution by switching to public transport or constructing facilities for non-motorized transport. Jal Jeevan Mission. The Jal Jeevan Mission was launched on August 15, 2019 with the ambitious goal of providing tap water supply to every rural household. At the time of its inception, only 3.23 crore or 17% of rural households had tap water connections. As of February 1, 2025, the Jal Jeevan Mission has successfully provided tap water connections to 12.20 crore additional rural households, bringing the total coverage to over 15.44 crore households, which accounts for 79.74% of all rural households in India. This achievement marks a significant milestone in the mission. The infra sector is a key driver of the Indian economy. The sector is highly responsible for propelling India's overall development and enjoys intense focus from the government for initiating policies that would ensure the time-bound creation of world-class infrastructure in the country. To meet India's of reaching a $5 trillion economy, infrastructure development is the need of the hour. The government has launched the National Infrastructure Pipeline combined with other initiatives such as Make in India and Production Linked Incentive Scheme to augment the growth of the infra sector. Historically, more than 80% of the country's infra spending has gone towards funding for transportation, electricity, water and irrigation. With these sectors still remain the key focus, the government has also started to focus on other sectors as India's environment and demographics are evolving. There is a compelling need for enhanced and improved delivery across the whole infra spectrum, from housing provision to water and sanitation, services to digital and transportation demands, which will ensure economic growth, increase quality of life, and boost sectoral competitiveness. Well, viewers, that's all we had for you in this edition. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to Sansad TV. Goodbye for now from my side.
To watch more programs of Sansad TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel and don't forget to like and share them.